Kevin.
Wow. What?
You get this only nowhere else but the Kevin is after that. Kevin, I'm not gonna lie.
Now we're not look at this. A carved penguin. There it is.
Oh no. Are the O's fine? Are the Orioles fine, Kevin?
That's so embarrassing. I was so embarrassed.
Okay. The Orioles stole it. That game was stolen. It was stolen from them, then they stole it right back.
What?
Oh my God.
Wait, what's going on?
What is
happening?
What is going? Was it a diving play? He bobbled the ball.
What is happening? Are they challenging it? No. Other wall. No.
Kevin, I don't know what you saw, how much you saw. I've been chugging champagne. Sorry, I spilled a lot, but what a game, man.
He will be the legendary
Birdfish.
How about that?
Birdfish fans, stand up. We did it.
What can I say? What can I say?
Orioles magic, baby. Magic, baby. Dean Kremer, baby. Dean freaking Kremer. Let me turn this off. Too much Orioles magic. I apologize. Dean freaking Kremer. Are you serious? Are you serious, Dean Kremer? 7 shutout innings for Dino? Are you kidding me? My God, Ryan O'Hearn continues to rake. Ryan O'Hearn in the O stands for, oh my God, he keeps hitting. It's what the O stands for. Look it up. Look it up in the dictionary. It's what the O stands for. Jackson Holiday continues to look more and more comfortable in the box. Believe it's now 12 of his last 13 games he's been on base. Ryan Mountcastle, 2-hit game. Adley's looking more comfortable. Gunnar gets a hit. I mean, we're going to go through the box score together here in a few minutes. But here we are. May 2nd. The Orioles win back-to-back games. Coming off a series win. Also, real fast, play the damn song. It is on the shirt. Want to make sure everyone knows I still have it. Series win against the New York Yankees, the big bad Yankees. So you're coming off a series win against the Yankees in a series that you feel like probably you stole after you're outscored 22-12. It felt like one of those turning points. You had a horrific April. Let's not sugarcoat it. 6 games below 500 to start the year after April. It's not good. It's not good at all. But what is good is the way that these guys are responding right now. It's a new month. First game in May, we're 1-0 in May. And if you look at May, I believe as of a few days ago, and yes, Bobby Witt hit streak ends at 22. You do have to give him credit. But back to the Orioles. When you look at their May schedule, the Orioles, as of a few days ago at least, I'm not sure how records have changed, if this is still the case. I believe they face one team with a record currently over 500 in May. So if you're the Orioles, here's your opportunity. You want to make up for a very rough start to this season, go get back to 500 in May. And I've said this the whole time. The goal, yes, you play a lot of teams that are underperforming or, under 500 at the moment. You're now 5 games under 500. You don't need to go win the next 5. Get back to 500 by the time May's over. If you're a game or 2 above 500 by the time May is over, you've had a successful month. You've had a successful month. So that's the goal. You're 1-0 in May. It's a new month. Throw April away. Throw April away. If you sit there and you hound on what happened in April, it's not going to go well. Mentally, you're going to lose. Throw it away. Ryan O'Hearn post-game. I mean, Ryan O'Hearn, every time he talks, it gets me fired up. Post-game talking about, hey, we got a good team. And he said, I got a feeling we're about to get hot. I got a feeling we're about to get hot. And yeah. Tommy Sugar tomorrow. Tommy Sugar. This is this game I feel like is a lot of tonight. This game felt like one of those games where I'm not going to say because we've already played Kansas City. So we've already played Kansas City. I'm not going to sit here and be like, that's the revenge from last season. It's not the revenge from last season. Playoffs and regular season, I don't believe, have any correlation. There's no revenge in the regular season after losing to someone in the postseason. But what this was I'm going to be honest with you guys, 7 innings in, or I guess technically 6.5 innings in, we're sitting 0-0. We're still sitting 0-0, and I'm getting flashbacks. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm getting flashbacks from playoffs 2024 against the Kansas City Royals, 1-0 loss, 2-1 loss. I'm like, what is it? And I'll be honest, I try to be positive, but next 2 games, Orioles are facing lefties. And what is the kryptonite of the Baltimore Orioles offense? It's lefties. So against Michael Wacha, a righty today, which, hey, we react to Oriole games, but Michael Wacha, hell of an outing as well. Incredible pitching duel between the both of them. This game felt like it lasted 20 minutes. But going in, this game felt like a must win because you get 2 lefties after this. I'd like to, we just need to win one of the next 2 now to win the series. So tonight feels a little bit more important. You have Dean going deep, 7 innings of shutout ball. But then the offense is showing life but can't get it going. Showing life but can't get it going. Kind of the trend of the Orioles, getting guys in position, not necessarily always getting them around, but tonight was a little bit better in that aspect. But it started to feel a little bit like last year, where are we getting into another pitching duel with Kansas City where we are not going to be able to get runs across? Yeah, and I'll give it the double plays and unfortunate ones as well. I mean, the double plays are going to kill this team. Double plays are going to absolutely kill this team. Last year they hit into the least amount of double plays in Major League history. This year they might as well be gunning for the most hit into because it's tough. It's tough right now. If they just cut down in half the amount of double plays they hit into, especially with runners in scoring position, this team's probably like 3 games above 500 right now. The amount of double plays that they've had kill a rally, unreal. It's as frustrating as it gets watching this team hit into double play after they get into some sort of a rally, but it doesn't matter. 3-0 tonight, 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They've won 3 of their last 4. They're putting something together. Now we need to see it continue. I would like the Orioles obviously to win this weekend, or one of the next 2 games. You win this series. I'm telling you, it's a different feel. You just keep stacking series wins. If you just continue to stack series wins, I'm telling you right now, you're going to look back in July, in August, and you're going to find yourself in firm control of a playoff spot. If you win 2 of everything, actually, I believe saw a stat today about Orioles have to win 2 of every 3 games to win 100 games. If you win 2 of every 3 games now, rest of the way you win 100 games on the year. Is that going to happen? No. But if you win 2 of every 3 consistently, you're going to find yourself in that 90 win category. And that should be enough to go and make the playoffs. And at the end of the day, we've said it before, all you need is a chance. The playoffs, all you need is a chance. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. This is Kevin and Zach React. Kevin Ostreicher are going to be joining me in just a few minutes. But we go live after every single Orioles game, win or lose. We're playing the damn song tonight. Let's jump into the box score in a second, but I want to shout out Walter. Walter, appreciate you saying Kremer was masterful. It's uncanny how every April he struggles and shoves in from May on. It is. If Kremer and Povich get going and we get Eflin back, this rotation can get rolling. And that's what people, I think we're starting to see that. Povich is a little bit of a wild card. We know Sugano, if he can continue to do what he's doing, I don't expect him to continue what's he up to, 13 or 11 straight scoreless innings. If he can stay at that 2.5 to 3 ERA, if Eflin can come back and do what he does, if Povich can, continue to gain, I don't want to say, get better, but if he continues to get comfortable, continues to grow, that's a better word, I think. If he continues to grow as a pitcher, this rotation starts to come back together. Does that mean they don't need an ace? No. I believe they still need to go get a guy. I don't think you can rely on Bradish coming back. I don't think you can rely on Wells coming back, on Grayson coming back. Don't rely on it. If they come back, it's an added bonus, but I'm telling you, I think this rotation can slowly start to put it together. I really do. I really do. Let's jump into the stats, though, at least from tonight. So Orioles versus Royals, obviously. Cedric Mullins in the 1 spot. Leadoff spot, goes 0 for 4. Hitting to that double play line drive. I mean, it happens. It feels unlucky all the time. Gunnar Henderson goes 1 for 4. We have Adley going 1 for 4 with the run. Got Ryan O'Hearn, the 2 hits, 2 for 4 with the 2 RBIs and the home run. Ryan Mountcastle, 2 for 3, getting that double as well. Jackson Holiday just continues to find ways on base. I believe he's over 400 on base percentage over the past 13 games now. So just an unreal ability recently to get on base. He's not hitting extra bases. I think that's slowly going to come more. But right now, if he's going to be just focused on putting bat to ball, getting singles as he adjusts to, his new swing and everything like that, I love the production he's seeing. Ramon Laureano, he gets the walk. Also hitting to the double play. Tough there. Kerstead gets his hit. No fights. Good for him. Dylan Carlson, pinch runner. Good for Dylan Carlson. I'm loving the vibes, I'll give him that. And then Emmanuel Rivera. All the dude does is he seems to come through. Emmanuel Rivera has a knack for coming through. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go back to this view. It doesn't matter. Last year, we saw him. It felt like every time they needed a big hit down the stretch, weirdly at times, I'll be honest, felt like Emmanuel Rivera was the only guy really hitting for the Orioles, especially in big situations down the stretch. I mean, we had the Emmanuel Rivera game where he had, 2 home runs against Colorado? I mean, he has just been one of the darlings of, oh my gosh, haircut. Holy haircut. Sorry, guys. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. We got to go full screen for this. Welcome to Kevin and Zach React. Bringing on my co-host, Kevin Ostreicher. Oh, look.
It's not that. It's pretty different.
It's very different.
The reason why it looks so different is because I let my hair grow out so much, and then
that's what I'm saying.
And then I get it all chopped off.
Yeah, you see, we're looking clean. I just was very.
Maybe I just have to get a haircut every day. So the Orioles win.
Look, Kevin, the people are loving it.
I didn't know it'd be this big of a deal. I mean, I needed a haircut, everybody. If this is how people find out that I'm Rihanna, then
Oh, this is incredible.
Wow.
But
Thank
Kevin,
thank you.
Dean Kremer deals the Orioles 3 for 7 runners in scoring position, including the big. They get the big fly from Ryan O'Hearn. The Orioles 3 of 4. It's a start. You're facing a lefty tomorrow, but you got Tommy Sugar on the mound, so a little balance out there. Kevin, I was saying, Dean Kramer's the star of the show. I was getting a little worried when we were in at home versus the Royals in a pitching match, pitching duel. I was like, don't do this again like the playoffs. But they found a way to get enough offense. They throw the shutout. I mean, incredible by the pitching staff.
Yeah, credit where it's due. Credit to Dean, man, for going 7. I mean, especially after Gary moment early in the game.
Yeah, that hit off the bat. 103.
Yeah. So shout out to him for gutting it out. And, they get the job done. They end Bobby Witt's hit streak.
Yeah. That's
kick
an
him and beat the
underrated
streak, maybe. Is that maybe karma coming back for me? Maybe. But you know what? I would rather have the Orioles win than Bobby Witt get a hit. So I'm glad.
There we go, Kevin. I'm glad you're a team player.
Yeah. Now you got to keep O'Hearn. It's just the guys. You got to keep him in the lineup. You got to keep him in the lineup.
Don't get me mad already about that.
You got to keep him in the lineup. He's your best hitter right now. You got to keep him in the lineup. I can just smell Zach's tweet tomorrow when he's out of the lineup. His angry tweet.
I'm tweeting it out right now.
What are you tweeting?
It's 9:50 p.m. The game hasn't even been over for an hour. Kevin has me mad that the Orioles are going to.
Oh, come on. I know you were thinking it before I said it. Oh, man. Oh,
but it's
Walter,
true.
Kevin should pull out a single hair for every Orioles win the rest of the year and see if the Orioles can have him bald at the World Series. Brett, I have more than even if they won, 100 and...
Yeah, that would be 100. I
40. I'd be...
Maybe a bald spot.
One scissor cut for each Orioles win. Man. This was a big win, though. And I'm glad that it happened with Dean going 7. That's my... If we're doing 1 up, 1 down, which I feel like we've kind of abandoned,
yeah.
I give it to Dean as my 1 up because he goes late into this game. He guts out a scary play. You know what? High strikeout numbers? No, there were not. Dean Kremer had 2 strikeouts tonight. But you know what? He was inducing weak contact, getting guys out. He got the job done. And only 1 walk, too, by the way. We had talked about how the Orioles pitching staff, particularly the starters, were struggling with walks. And look, Dean almost about as, in fact, I would call it about as perfect an outing as you could have had to start off this series. Because you know what this also means? It means your bullpen is not tired.
Yeah.
They had the off day. The Orioles were what? In April, they were awful after off days. They were like 1-5 or something after off days.
Recently just awful, like over this last season too.
Yeah. Like the fact that they had the off day, bullpen resets, and you only use an inning of Cano and obviously Felix to shut the door, that gives you so much more flexibility heading into these next couple games against Kansas City where, if there is a rough outing by somebody, and I'm not anticipating that being Tomo, I think that Tomo has completely won over my trust in this past month to start the season. Yeah. But even so...
the only inning I'm paying attention to tomorrow is the first. If he goes out and gets out of the first inning, that's been his, struggles. If he gets out first inning unscathed and he settles in, could be a long day for the Royals.
Yeah. Yeah. And, the fact that Dean was able to get the job done, his defense helped him out, the ball. There were a couple of hard hit balls.
No.
But you know what? Job got done.
The Orioles, how many times have they got it's hard hit balls that were outs? I would take that over. I feel like so many times this season, the Orioles have been inducing soft contact and they get 3 bloopers in a row against them to score a run. I'll take the hard contact that's going at people, that's getting picked up because it feels like recently, you get soft contact. It's just been falling. Everything's just falling, finding outfield grass. So what a statement from Kremer and the pitching staff, a shutout. Also, Kevin, so Felix Bautista pitched 3 times this week. And I'm not even saying this week as a 7 days. The past 5 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 saves. I believe maybe the first one wasn't. All 3 up, 3 down, or at least just having. But, Kevin, if we want to have the serious conversation, I think we are back in the realm of, early on it was, okay, we're still seeing, there's some hard contact. He was a little bit wild. I am comfortable saying Felix Bautista is back in that when he goes on the mound, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, here we go. Like, I don't feel that early season when he went out and you're like, okay, biggest thing is don't get hurt. Before it was the numbers didn't lie. Now I'm back to, oh, he can go out there and dominate. So I think it's just great to see Felix looking like himself again.
And that's exactly what the process was always going to be. It was early season, getting him right, getting him comfortable, getting him back into the flow of things. And again, I still think that's going on. I don't think we're here at the beginning of May. I wouldn't call Felix 100% back. Like everything is normal, schedule is normal. But again, him hitting 99s pluses, that's a good sign. And this is what they were missing last year. I think an underrated part of last year's Orioles team, especially once Kimbrel lost it, this was more of a second half problem because Kimbrel was their closer in the first half when he was good. But they had no roles in that bullpen. Like Dominguez was their de facto closer, but they would try to use other guys in certain spots. Felt like Cano was coming in. Was he a 7th inning guy? Was he an 8th inning guy? Soto was getting moved around, and then he got good, and then he was the 8th inning guy, and then he got other opportunities, and Kimbrel was moving up and down, and no one knew where they were pitching. Yeah. Despite some of the pitching decisions Brandon Hyde has had this year, I'm not calling him a saint and angel in terms of his pitching decisions. But again, it just feels more like there are, at least compared to last year, more structured out roles. And that starts with Felix and goes down to where it's not going to be the same guy. I mean, Felix is the guy who's slotted into the closer role, but you have a lot of guys who can pitch high leverage situations for you, like a Cano, Soto, Dominguez. Brian Baker has been incredible this year. You have a lot of guys. So
just real fast. Alex just commented a video underneath my tweet, and he physically watched me laugh at it.
I didn't even see this week. Actually, your mom just congratulated me on
thanks,
on 1,500. So
yes, actually, Kevin, congratulations on that. Actually, that is a lot.
Thank you.
Good for you. Good for you. And yes. Alex, yes, I was reacting to that. But Kevin, the thing with Felix Bautista right now, and the kind of having that closer, we talked to Jonathan Papelbon last season, and he said point blank, you cannot win a World Series with closer by committee. He said point blank. He did not say, oh, it's harder. Oh, it's, whatever. He straight up said, you look at any World Series champion, all of them had that's our closer. Whether it was great, whether he was, dominant or just, good enough, that doesn't matter. You cannot win, go deep in the playoffs playing the matchup. Being, okay, they have a lot of lefties, we're putting Soto out there. Okay, they got a lot of righties, okay, we're putting Sir Anthony. Felix Bautista going out there and just knowing that in the 9th inning you have that guy, that is massive, because then it lets you go, okay, Cano's our 8th inning guy. So now we have some roles. Okay, in the 7th inning, a lot of lefties. We can go Soto or Aiken. Or Perez. I know he's not being the best. 7th inning, a lot of righties. We have Sir Anthony. We have options. Now, I think it allows them to play more towards their strengths. And it is to rely on their bullpen. And what allows you to play to that strength most of all, Kevin? Oh, Brian Baker. Yes, I did forget Brian Baker. Yes, he has been a stud. I'm so sorry, everyone. Yes, I forgot Brian Baker in that. But you know what? It's been –
I'm muted. Zach is trying to block out as many other bullpen options as he can because he's still hurt. Danny Coulomb is no longer in the bullpen, which I am hurt too. I am hurt too.
I am hurt, Kevin. I think about that man every single day. Every single day I think of Danny Coulomb at least.
Hey, Danny Coulomb back at the deadline.
Kevin, you just put an idea in my head, and I'm going to start the agenda after we get off.
You should. I'll let you take the wheel.
I might have to start there. Get me Danny Coulomb back, Danny C. But Kevin, you know what else allows you to kind of play off your strength of the bullpen?
What's that?
Your starter shutty going deep into games. I mean, this is what you hope for. You know, your starters, they play as big a role as anything in your bullpen being good. Because, you know, Dean Kremer goes out, does that tonight. After an off day, they can use anyone tomorrow besides Felix because of where he is.
Sure. Yep.
You know, but anyone else is available. You get into a close game, you have the ability to play whoever. And I think that's massive.
Yeah, it's huge. It's absolutely incredible. Like that's what we've been talking about this whole season is, you know, these 3 2/3 starts, 2 1/3 starts, 4 1/3 starts. Like that's why I've set my threshold at like 5 minimum. That's okay to me. Like it's, you know, you'd like more, but okay. 6 is a good outing. 7 is thank you. You just saved the bullpen for the next 2 games.
Yeah,
like that is what it is.
And with Tomo on the mound tomorrow, you feel decent about he's at least hopefully going to go, you know, 5, 6. You'd like,
yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully
absolute minimum like 4 2/3. Like,
yeah, exactly. If he can just go 5, I'm not even saying going 6. Anything
sure.
after that, he can go 5 and keep them in the game. Just keep it rolling. You know.
Yeah. Exactly. It's huge. Did you get to the super chats yet, Zach?
I got to the first one, and we'll just get to Thomas.
Cool. Appreciate you, Thomas. What is it with these Baltimore teams and veteran meetings and just turning it up, man? Ravens had it last year.
Going on in Baltimore, Kevin. You know what's going on? Leadership. And you know what's crazy, Kevin? Who are the 2 guys that we keep saying are the leaders of this team that needed to step up because they're the ones playing the best. They're the ones who's faced the most adversity over their careers and know how to bounce back. It's Ryan O'Hearn and Cedric Mullins. Who were the 2 people that called that meeting? Or I guess Cedric, it was his idea, and he went up to O'Hearn and was like, we got to do this. And O'Hearn was like, I'm with you 100%. They led the meeting. That's called veteran leadership. That's what this team needs. Yeah. And that's what this team lacked, I think, early on. And I don't think it's a surprise that they've been hot after that. And we got to continue. But I think there is a little bit more fight in this team. And that's what they talked about. The team meeting was about accountability.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
And O'Hearn talked about how I can't remember where the article was from or the interview or whatever, but you know, he had said that he's been on quiet teams that just kind of ride out losing streaks, don't say anything, and just kind of accept their fate. Mm-hmm. You know, this team has fight in it. They want to fight. They want to win. They want to compete. They want to right the ship. They've dug themselves a very big hole, and I don't think anyone's shying away from that thing. But the good part about it being now instead of what happened last year when it was in August is you're able to climb out of it. And last year what we saw is they started off super hot. And then they weren't in a hole, but they started digging that hole. But then by the time the season ended, there wasn't enough time for them to completely let go of the rope and just collapse. But you essentially had an implosion early on, but you have months to get this thing right. So there's still work to do. There's work to be done. There are things to improve on. But at least these like 3 out of the last 4 games, and I guess the one loss was a pretty brutal loss, right? But like 3 of the last 4 games, while it hasn't been perfect, you're seeing at least fight in this team. You're seeing fight. And they're not winning games 10-0 or, 8-2. You're getting 1-run gritty wins, a 3-0 shutout tonight of Kansas City, who again is not a bad team, by the way. I just want to put that out there that they're actually pretty good. So I would say that these games have given me hope that they can turn it around. There's enough time for them to turn it around. We just have to see if they can continue to grab the momentum. So
yeah, that's all.
You want to do Collins? You want to get that going?
Put the invite.
Yeah, we'll do that. And again, Collins, we're doing a little bit of it's shorter call-ins to get everybody on the screen, where we've had people almost every show and we're doing the longer call-ins. They'll drop off and we feel pretty bad about that, where we want to hear everybody's voice. So we want to make sure that everybody gets heard. So we're kind of doing like not a radio, like hang up and listen, because we want to obviously talk to you and talk about the Orioles. But the days of 15-minute call-ins per person are probably not what's best for the show. So we're gonna try to get everybody involved.
We get too caught up in talking,
and it's because we love the conversation, right?
Yeah,
I wish we could. The issue is Zach and I would be up until 1 a.m. doing the show every night if that were the case. So we love all the call-ins. We love the conversation. It's been a really awesome thing. So please call in, talk to us about the Orioles or anything else. We'd love to have you. So
Kevin, I'm just having I'm feeling better about this team right now, genuinely. And I think, I'm not even saying it's, obviously love to see a win. It's the way they won the 3-0 shutout. It's the way they beat the Yankees. We keep talking about it's not that they were losing. It's the way they were losing. Right now, It's not that they're winning. It's the way they're winning.
Yep.
Get punched in the face, down 2-0 against the Yankees after getting blown out the night before. Come back and win. Tonight, you're getting shut out through 6. Come back and find a way. I mean, this is what it's about. So I think we're ready for our first call-in. Again, we got down in Arkansas. Joe, how we doing?
I'm on here. Joe, what's going on, man?
We're doing good.
Oh, you there?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I can hear him. That's a you problem, Zach.
It took a sec. I'm back.
Okay. All right, Joe. How you feeling, man? How you feeling about the win?
Feeling good. 3 of 4. Razorbacks are up 4-1. And Gage Wood, 4 innings, 2 hits, 9 strikeouts.
Oh, punch him out. Get him out.
9 saves. Gotta love
I'm
it.
loving it. So what? First number.
Razorback Nuggets for
those are Razorback Nuggets. I love that.
Razorback Nuggets.
Oh,
That's awesome.
That is incredible. What inning is it?
It is the 5th inning right now.
Okay. All right. Still some ways to go, but looking good so far. This is game 1, right?
4-1, yeah. We whooped that Texas ass last night 9-0.
All right, so this is game 2.
They haven't lost a series all year.
Hey, Natty Championship on the way. It's on the way.
It's on the way.
It really might be. Arkansas got a good squad there, Joe.
We're doing good. It's the time of the year to do it right.
I know.
Get hot at the right time.
Yeah, good sports day for you, Hogs, and assuming they win tonight, Hogs and O's, man. Good sports night.
Yep. I didn't see much of the Oriole game because MLB is.
Yeah.
MLB.
Yeah, it's the worst thing about Major League Baseball is the blackouts. It's unreal.
I even tried maneuvering into a separate TV account, and they're too smart. They're too smart for that.
Damn.
Yeah.
You gotta try.
It's tough out here.
Valiant effort. But at least, hey, as long as the Razorbacks get the win, as long as the Hogs,
Yeah. And Heston got a hit, so
yeah, that's a good sign, Joe.
Everything is going your way. Everything.
Don't mess with the Hogs, baby.
We're
resilient. We don't like them bullies, so don't bully.
Awesome, Joe. Appreciate you as always, my friend. Hopefully, we can go 2 for 2, get the Hogs win as well tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you as always.
Appreciate you, Joe.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Awesome. Let's move into our next caller. We got Gordon behind the scenes, our guy. What's up, Gordon?
Gordon, what's going on, man?
Hey. Can y'all hear me, first of all?
Yeah. You're a little quiet, but I think we got you.
All right. Let me just take these headphones off because I think sometimes they Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. What a win.
I love it.
I'm telling you, this was a big win for confidence. A shutout. It's, like we said before, it was big that the Orioles, it wasn't how they were losing or that they were losing. It was how they were losing. Uncompetitive.
Yeah.
Not that they're just winning. It's, it's not they just kind of were given that win. They're fighting for these wins and they're getting them. Yeah. So I'm loving the fight from them.
Look, the post that I saw earlier, it said it was like the Star Wars post. and I was like, it was vibes, and I commented. I said the vibes are back because that's literally what it feels like. And like I always say, it takes one win to just flip the whole entire season around, and like just seeing how the guys were out there. I know we scored 3, but like if it was a pop up, it was just a regular pop up. It wasn't oh my god, it's a pop up. I'm pressing. Like they were better at bats. Like we were aggressive. Like we didn't just see pitches right down the middle. Like we're and plus it's just starting to get heated up in the season. We obviously do better when the ball is traveling better and hitting the ball better when it's warmer out. But like it just feels good. Like the aura and like feeling around this team is better, and like the confidence. And we might lose tomorrow, but just if we lose, don't just let it be pathetic. Just don't like at least let there be some fight. As long like we can deal with that, but just I'm just happy we got the win. And I could go on, but I want to keep it short. So.
But I agree. It does, Gordon. It does feel like something is different. It feels like after that meeting, they're fighting. The biggest example I have of that is Adley Rutschman. Last game they're down 2-0, hard hit ball off Goldschmidt's glove. That's the most I've ever seen Adley hustle straight up ever, and beats the pitcher to the bag. And that was almost like a statement to everyone of like, hey, this is how we're playing. Like it's no more up, you ground it out, ground ball, jog it out, get back to the dugout. We're going 100 miles an hour. We're going to change it. And if they lose playing like that, I'm okay. It's when they lose and it looks like after the first inning that they were just out of the game, that's when it's like, well, where's the competitiveness? Right now, even, they're playing ball with some heart.
Yeah, even with the injuries that we have, it's just like those guys are still playing like tough, and it's just like we can use the injury excuse all we want, but this team is still talented with a lot of these other major league teams the way that they're structured. We just gotta get it together, not pitching wise, but all of that stuff goes together. Our offense starts balling, our pitching, the vibes might feel better, and then our bullpen is there, So yeah, I'm just happy we got the win. And that being said, there's 2 things I want to just quickly go off. One is kind of like on a good note, and one is kind of on like a serious life note because I feel like this needs to be said. But first, I'll start with the life stuff first and then with the good stuff. Tell your loved ones you love them, because you never know when the last time you'll see them. And, yesterday was a really, really hard day for me. I had something happen with, my sister, and I don't want to get into it, but mental health is real. Thank God that, I'm here smiling and, being thankful for something that didn't happen. But, just love your loved ones and tell each other you love them, give each other a hug. I love, you guys are amazing, and you don't know how much joy you bring to us each and every day, whether it's been a loss, whether it's been a win. Like, this is, amazing. I just want to, thank you guys, and, that being said, but a good thing is that, did I tell you Debo Samuel, right? Debo Samuel.
Yeah.
So he actually ended up getting another rug. So that's 3 rugs now. So for Debo, and hopefully you'll see me handing the rug over to Debo and some stuff like that. And he's talking about some other stuff too right now. So I'm excited. Just keep that happy and let's go.
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, we're thinking of you over here with whatever happened, and your message is correct. Tell your loved ones you love them because you never know. You never know. So we're thinking of you, Gordon, obviously, and your family and your loved ones. And man, that Debo collab, man.
Yeah, that's gonna
be sick. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited. It's I most definitely will keep you guys updated through this whole entire time. After every Orioles win, I'll keep you guys updated. Even through the losses, but we're not going to have any losses.
Oh, Gordon,
I love it.
Bro. Appreciate you as always, my guy. You be good.
Yeah, appreciate you, Gordon.
Awesome. Appreciate you, man.
Peace.
And yeah, I mean, couldn't have said it better myself. That's why I enjoy this community so much is, being there, just going through it all together,
100%.
Next up, we got Mikey Birds behind the scenes. Mikey, what's up?
Boys!
Mikey, let's go.
Boys.
How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing great. And I want to talk about what Zach's talking about. Who's showing up to these games? It's not the sexy one pick rounders. Don't worry. I love Adley. I love Gunner. I love Holiday. But you know who I love? I love O'Hearn, Mullins, and who else is showing up? Ramon Arias. How many people wanted him gone a season or two ago? How many people?
I put my hand up. It was me. I was on very much on that. But you're right. And I think that's the biggest thing is we've talked about with some of these high-end picks, these top prospect, the Adleys, the Gunners, the Jacksons. In a lot of ways, these are the times that they are kind of failing for the first time. And they haven't had to deal with failure a lot in their careers. I mean, they were the best player in, middle school, high school, college. If they went there all through the minors, they were the top pick. They were the number one prospect. It was them and everyone else. And now finally they're struggling. You have guys like O'Hearn, guys like Mullins, who they've been punched in the mouth multiple times in their career. They've been sent down. They've been DFA'd. They have seen rock bottom, and they're like, hey, you just have to, dig in and grind. They know how to get out of that. And that's why I love that they're the ones producing right now. They're the ones that called the meeting. We're like, hey, we can't just stand by the wayside. Like, let's talk about this and get this figured out.
Yeah, and that's normal, right? Like, that's where they're at in their career, and they're allowed to have that moment. But like you said earlier, the other guys are stepping up, and it's like this weird puzzle piece coming together where we're starting to see the greater picture. They're allowed to struggle, but also the veterans have to come through. And I really think that the turning point was Mullins calling that meeting and, really stepping up and fulfilling that role. So that's been great.
Which is even more, in my opinion, more reason why I think he's a guy that he is a glue piece on this roster. We talk about moving on from him. I would give him a 2-year extension. I don't know if Bradfield or Vance Honeycutt are, for where the Orioles want to compete in this window. I don't know if just handing them the keys next year is your best route to success. I would love to see Seti back, even if it's on a 1-year deal again. 1-year high average deal. I think that would be incredible because he is a guy, like you said, he's a veteran leader. And that's what this was leadership. This was stepping up and saying, hey, this isn't what's happening. That we're not down there with the White Sox. We're not down there with the Rockies. Like, we're a good team and we need to figure this out. So from a leadership aspect, Mullins has been just incredible this year on and off the field.
The other big thing too is that, something I've been saying for a while, it's that the Orioles have 1 through 9 talent in that lineup. And you're right, Mikey, it's not always going to be Adley or Gunner or Jackson. It's like other guys have to pick those guys up, and then eventually it will all come together for Gunner and Adley. And, you hope those guys can be the carry so that all of a sudden you don't need O'Hearn to be your offense or Seti to be your offense. But 1 through 9, it allows you to not every night rely on your stars, to say, hey, you know what? Everybody slumps. That includes guys like Gunnar Henderson. Even when you think that they are this indestructible force in the baseball world, everybody goes through slumps. Everybody goes through those tough times. So, and even when Colton comes back, like, again, who knows when that's going to be, but you look at it and it's like, exactly, Ramon and Seti and O'Hearn and other guys stepping up gives you options to not say, okay, well, we need Gunner to come through every single night or else we lose the game. You have other options. So that's what makes this team, I think, it has the potential. We haven't seen it all year, but the potential to be a really good offense.
And the last thing I want to say, this is think about the 1 through 9. This is a blessed team. We have so much talent. And the teams that we're coming back and we're winning and we're getting the vibes back with, they're not pushovers, we're beating KC, we're winning the series against New York. Those are big teams to, be making a statement. And as far as I'm concerned, the season started yesterday, this is it. I don't care about the previous month. I'm done dooming. I just want to see it, go from here. So I'm just excited to have the boys back. The boys are back in town is basically what I'm trying to say. Okay.
I think so too. And you can tell there's a different feeling around this team. You can tell it on the field. There's a confidence back with these guys. I couldn't agree more. Throw April out. April's the most useless. I mean, yes, the games count the same as they do later on, but overall, these games, April's about figuring out who you are. And after that, this is where the season does start. That's why I keep saying finish May over 500 and you're going to have a lot of success.
100%.
Well said, boys. Okay, I'm out. Thank you, Laura, for the membership, and I'll catch you all next time.
All right, Mikey. Appreciate you calling in, man.
Well, Love when
I know.
people join it. Love talking to Mikey there. And let's move on to our next one. We got Joey behind the scenes. Joey, you're muted. Joey,
You got to turn the mic. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
My
Now
bad. My bad. Anyway, just like you guys said, you're always rocking the blazer, right? You gotta rock the rally.
You gotta
blazer.
rock it. You gotta rock it.
You gotta rock it all day, every day.
All day. Oh my gosh, I love it. How you feeling after today?
I was feeling it coming into the game. You know, it's Friday, the weekend's coming along. You get the drinks flowing, and you start getting the swagger in your own brain. And I don't know if you guys felt it, but today I was like, you know what? It's gonna be a mother trucking win. You know what I mean?
Woo!
They're gonna get it done.
Oh yeah.
Like, and they came through for me. It was a little rough, you know, watching the slugfest that was those 7 innings. But then O'Hearn, you know, all the guys come through, and it was just a good day.
That's all you need
It was a
sometimes.
great day. And I mean, Dean Kremer, are you kidding me? I mean, we talked about the first 7 innings. It was rough offensively, but you know, I was, you know, talking. I was driving back from Columbus during, you know, the first part of the game, and I was like, okay, I'm going to get back at like 8:15. So I'm like, okay, perfect. I'll get to see half the game, whatever. So I'm, you know, checking, you know, the score updates as I go, and I'm like, it's the 5th inning, and it's like 7:45. I'm like, I'm going to miss this whole game, and I'm just arriving an hour afterward. Thankfully, I get back in the 6th, but I was like, I'm about to miss this whole game after an hour. Like, both pitchers were just efficient and just they knew what they had to do, got in and got out.
You know, Dino really, he gave them what they needed to give them. It was a masterclass from him. It's what his peak is, you know. It's what ideally you get from Kremer on any given day. You know what I mean? But I mean, Kevin, you were talking about it was soft contact. I think Zach, you said too. But Kevin, I was seeing a lot of hard contact. You know what I mean? It was a bit of a lucky day.
There was. Yeah, I mentioned a tiny bit later that, you know, there was hard contact as well. Like, it wasn't like the Royals were hitting the ball well every single time up, but there were those contact hits where
Very
like
few gappers that be
it was like the reverse of what you saw with the Orioles, where it's like, man, the Orioles seem to have all these hard contact hits that go nowhere.
There were no meatballs. There was nothing easy from Dean, exactly. And so they could have been taking good swings, but Dean was locating tonight and got it done.
Yeah, he was putting in places where even if they hit it hard, it was going to be at someone.
But man, boys, the bottom of the lineup: Mountcastle, Holiday, and Kierstead.
Mm-hmm.
Those were I going into the game. I was like, those are the guys that need to produce a little bit. You know, set up the top of the lineup, or just get something going to add a boost. And they all came through. All of them got a hit, and that's what they need, man. Mountie in particular. You need those good ABs. You need those hits.
And Mountie, like you said, that's a guy that they need to get going. You know, the lineup is so different. I mean, Kevin, how many times do we talk about it? How the lineup looks so different when Mountcastle's on.
He will single-handedly win them games. I mean, that's how good he can be when he's hot. But it's been a gold stretch. So you're hoping that these couple games can give him confidence. So we gotta love it. Hopefully.
Oh yeah.
They can, lefty on the mound.
Just win, Kevin. Just
that's what I'm saying. What do you guys think? You think it's going to be Laureano, Carlson, Mullen?
Oh,
that's our outfield tomorrow.
If Jackson Holiday is in there tomorrow, I will be floored.
It's got to be.
They got to play. He's got on 13.
Well, now, I don't know. Was there an update on Ramon that I know he got scratched with the injury, but did Hyde say anything after the game? I didn't catch it.
I haven't seen anything after the game. Maybe he did though.
Bring on Rivera, baby.
Hey, he got a knock too. He got a knock too.
Look, it's not quite 1-for-1 like Ramon has his approach, but I feel like Rivera's got that wild card in him. That this guy could come up here and put on a good swing.
Yeah, he's someone that I think he can give you something in spot roll. He's got a little fire. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But
awesome, Joey. Appreciate you as always, my friend.
And one last thing, let me just, Kevin. I need to get your deep dive on DeAndre Hopkins for your Ravens stuff. I need to hear the deep dive on Hopkins.
What about him? What about him?
What you need?
I don't know. So last year he came in with an injury. He was
Yeah.
playing with Will Levis. It wasn't very successful. I think Hopkins for the Ravens is going to be a very substantial role player where it's like thunder and lightning. But I would like to hear your deep dive on it if you could get any analytics on it or help me widen my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Ravens needed a player like D-Hop. I mean, they've needed that like go get it guy for a while. And not that Zay and Rashad can't win contested battles, but DeAndre, I think, especially in a lesser role, because you're right, like he hasn't been healthy 3 of the last 4 seasons. Like that's been a problem for him. It's like in his roles, he's been relied upon to be like this number 1 or number 2. And Kansas City honestly didn't use him very well, in my opinion. I thought they should have used him more, and they just didn't. I don't know if the injury was still bothering him and they didn't feel like he had it, but him having to recover from that, and then clearly he needed more time, but he wanted to play, and Tennessee needed him, and then he gets traded over. With DeAndre, it's just about keeping him healthy, because the year that he was healthy, I think he might have had 1,000 yards that year. So let me look up his stats quickly. But the year he was healthy,
just for whenever you guys do it, or whenever you do it for your own page in the future, you know what I mean? I would love to see more of it. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll probably talk about him sometime this week, because I'm probably gonna do a bonus episode tomorrow or Sunday because of rookie minicamp, but I think I'm going to do like a deep dive on the roster post draft, and I'll get into him when I talk about that for sure.
All right, but you guys have a good show. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, appreciate you, Joey. Always rock that blazer, man. Never take it off.
Every night.
Never take it off.
Yeah,
All right, man. Peace out, Joey.
What a blazer!
Oh man, that thing is absolutely.
Not just said I've taken a shot with that man while he's been wearing that blazer.
I did too, and you know what? I did better than you.
Look great.
I know. I think I was the best shot taker there. Not even.
No, that's all.
It's about strategically getting it down. You know what I did? Strategic. It was strategic.
There was something off about that. But Kevin, let's move in to our final call-in. We got Laura behind the screen. Laura,
Laura, what is going on?
Fine-ish. We're fine-ish.
We're fine-ish.
The bottom title finally changed. It's no longer Ravens. We got only Orioles.
Well, first of all, let's go ahead and congratulate you on 1,500.
Thank you, Laura.
With Locked On Ravens.
I appreciate you and your support.
You're obviously feeling yourself today. Mr. Steal Your Girl, Striker.
I was gonna get one before the draft, but then I didn't have time, and so then it got even longer, and I was like, okay, it's getting a little crazy here, so I had to get it done.
Mama's hitting menopause. You trying to explode the ovaries here? Stop.
Man, how you feeling about the win, Laura? This team, they're fine-ish. They're getting back on track.
They're getting back on track. I'm very happy. 3 out of 4, 2 in a row. We go 3 in a row. I'll probably take the shirt back out the drawer.
Oh,
I'll go put the shirt back on tomorrow.
Wow.
There I'm wearing my Marvel shirt, but
okay, all right.
I felt really good about that. Dean Kremer is definitely the one up. Yes, we did better with runners in scoring position, but I still think we could have done more.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where the numbers also, because it's 3 for 7, it looks good. But when 2 of them were double plays, so you had potentially more opportunities.
Correct.
Yes, the numbers are a little deceiving. They probably could have had more opportunities, but double plays continue to kill this team.
Exactly.
Scoring opportunities. But I agree. It wasn't perfect again. Offense did enough, which I'm glad, because before they were off and they weren't doing enough. So if they're going to not be 100%, I'd rather them just scrape by with enough to win than we can, get the win. It's easier to talk about improving the offense after a win than is a loss.
Absolutely. So, obviously Mike Elias came out today and, had some very, very positive things today. Said some very positive updates on players coming back, which I think, kind of gets you going. Is obviously he's not going to say, no, we really don't like, Brandon Hyde, but we really don't have anything better. So we're just going to leave him out there. He's obviously going to say that he, has his trust behind Hyde and trust that the guys are going to get going. But again, at least this week, it has been very positive. So we hope to just kind of continue this, roll into May, have all of those good things there. So yeah, that's just it. That's just kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for another win tomorrow, and let's just keep it going.
I think that's the goal. Is just win tomorrow. You know, and you can't look too far ahead, especially right now. You know, the biggest thing the Orioles have to avoid is you can't have the mindset of, okay, if we win, 5 of our next 6, we're back at 500. If we win X of it, win tomorrow.
One day at a time. One game at a time. One game at a time.
If you go out, it's like I said, win the series. If you win every series, you're going to look back, but in August, in September, and you're going to be like, damn, we have firm control of the playoff spot. We're going dancing. And that's all you can ask for. Just win series. If you go out there, just cut the season into 3-game series like they are.
Right.
Win the series. You don't have to go on.
Win the 2 games. Win the 2 games. Win the 2 games. I mean, sweeps are nice.
Yes, I would.
But I mean, sweeps, save those things for like the White Sox, the teams that you're supposed to be sweeping. Let me put it that way. This is a very, very good Royals team, and I'm very impressed that they were able to get the win tonight. So that's what I'm saying. If you can, win tomorrow and then you can go into Sunday and try and win on Sunday, that's all we can ask for. And that's all we really want as fans, is that consistency again.
Yeah, I agree. It's the consistency. It's knowing that they're going out there, because I've said it a million times. I feel like it wasn't that they were losing. It was the uncompetitiveness in which they were losing. Now, at least we see some fight. I feel like there's some before I wasn't sure where this team was going. At least I know right now they're going to give it their all for 27 outs. I know they're going to fight. They're battling at the plate again. That's what I want to see. If you're going to lose, at least give us some fight.
That's it. That's it. That's all I got.
Love it. Laura.
So maybe tomorrow you'll see the T-shirt. Let's go.
Let's hope.
Laura, if we get a win tomorrow, I'll be rocking it if you're rocking it. There we go.
Done.
Win tomorrow, we're rocking the matching T-shirt.
We're rocking the matching team.
Awesome.
Let's go.
Laura, appreciate you as always.
All right.
Have a good.
You too. Oh,
man. Vibes are just so much better after wins, Kevin, especially 3 of 4.
It's glorious. We haven't had enough this year, so hopefully we get it coming back.
We haven't. But Kevin, really anything you got before we wrap up out of here?
No, I think that's it. Just get the job done. Keep it going. Momentum.
Keep it going. We got Tomoyuki Sagano back on the bump tomorrow, Kevin. Tommy Sugar. They are facing a lefty, so we'll see how that goes. But just win, Kevin. Just find a way to win. That's going to pretty much do it, though, for this edition of Kevin and Zach React. Orioles win. Dean Kremer 7 shutty. Are you serious? Are you serious, Kevin? Gross. It was gross, Kevin. It was gross. You can't air that on public television. It was so gross. But yeah, Orioles win 3 of 4. We're back in May. 1-0 in May, Kevin. We'll see you tomorrow for another edition of Kevin and Zach Reacts. Craig Kimbrell, Kevin. Craig Kimbrell.
Brad Bergeson.
Oh my God, Billy!
I'm pulling him out. I'm pulling him out of the hat.
Oh my gosh, so PTSD is your